Welcome in, Text Notification Squad. Hey everybody, welcome in everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. Tired. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Yes, the consultant. I came back. I had a nice lunch. And then I decided to log back on. But I am tired. I am tired. No, I heard that there was some smoke on a subway train, but I didn't hear about a shooting. My God. about this shooting. My gosh. And TKO Skin was in Sunset Park. This is crazy. Well, you know what? This is just crazy. This is getting closer and closer to home. All right, here we go, everybody. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, into my room. All right, 2 minutes on the countdown. Faith, where are you commenting that they singling you out, girl? Oh my goodness. Seconds on the clock. "25 seconds, y'all." Oh snap, I forgot to change the title. Oh damn it. And we only got 19 seconds left. Ah! Oh well, we're gonna have to change it live on air. I don't know what else to do. I wonder if I can change it real quick right now. Nope, I can't. I Okay, I'm not gonna act crazy. You know what? We gotta get live on these other platforms. Live on LinkedIn, we are live on Twitter, and we are live on Facebook. Hey. 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 All right. I was just joking. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Hey. I am your host, Tanya TKO, and this is a part 2 from the video that we did earlier. You know what? I see some of you coming in on the title, Will Smith kicked out Jada Pinkett. I said Jada Pinkett, not Jada Pinkett Smith. So yes, he did kick out Jada Pinkett when she cursed him out. We're going to play the video of the stance that they've taken in their marriage about violence, lack of violence, profanity, all of that. We're going to talk about a lot in the first video that we did today, right? First of all, for those of you who are hoping that Will Smith has kicked out Jada and that he's grown some cojones and all of this, all I got to say to you is don't wish ill over people's marriage. Marriage is difficult. Will chose Jada and he continues to choose her. Not only that, from what it is that I have seen over the years, right? Relationships work best when the man is constantly attempting to gain the favor of his woman. Look, we can do a survey in the middle of the video. Remind me about the survey because it doesn't work the other way around. And Will has constantly been chasing this carrot on a stick. And this is the life that he chose. He had plenty of options, and this is the option that he chose and continues to choose. So more power to you, Willie. Willie from Philly. All right, so listen, we're going to jump right into the video because I want you all to see this because Will Smith is smote. He's smitten in love with Jada. And Jada is smitten in love with Tupac Shakur. This is how men like it. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm sorry. We have to change the title on the video. This is how men like it. Listen, I'm going to ask you all because I just, okay, you know what? Let me take because listen, many of you women out there have tried to give a man all your love and then seen how that turned out for you. So let Will continue. Let Will continue. Let Will continue. Look at his tortured face. Look at his tortured face. That's how he like it. You like it? I love it, Will. You like it? I love it. So let's just jump right into it. I'm your host, Tanya TKO. If this is your first time here, I'm a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. We use viral topics for us to self-reflect. So this is never about the people in the videos. This is a chance for you to look at yourself and see what you can do differently. I mean, this is how men like it. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You know. SG is tired of hearing about them. Nah, I feel you. Well, we ain't tired of talking because it's never about them. It's about us. So let's jump right into it.
I think has been the greatest motivator and asset for me with you is your absolute refusal to accept anything from me other than the best that I could possibly be.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Look. So she's like, listen, N, nothing less than the best, mother effer. Nothing less than the best. And he goes out there with the whip cracked on his back, working like a dog, and mental health all frayed, slapping people in the face. This is how he want to live. Well, now he got 10 years without the Academy Award to be able to do, you know, look, we're going to hear a lot about, the dynamic of their marriage. In the last video that we did, we talked about how Jada never wanted to get married. Will didn't give a damn. He was smitten with her. He was smote. She's still a beautiful woman. She was a beautiful young woman, and he wanted her. All else be damned. Jasmine is talking about this is old. Other people talking about who cares. Let me tell you something. We care. That's why we are here. If there's anybody who is not interested in this topic, keep it pushing. Come back when there's a topic that you are interested in. But we're going to be talking about this for a few days because we need to talk about the ghost of penis past in the next video. I wanted to get this one out of the way so that we can work our way up into understanding why she's still on the airwaves, a married woman with 2 children, with a man, yet crying about some other man. Ugh. So we're going to talk about that in the next video. So let's jump into it. She won't accept nothing less than the best. So you ladies who are like, come on and sleep on my couch. I got my income tax checker. They don't want that. They want you to crack the whip at their back so that they could always be running, hustling or bustling to gain your favor. That's what they seem to want. So give that to them. All right. Okay. I'm not going to act like that. Let's just watch the video.
And vice versa.
Yeah, I remember me and Mommy talk for
Oh no, the hell they didn't. Nah. Come on, let's get this party started. You can't cut us off like that. Nah, nah, nah. You remember earlier when they took down the video? Because they're going all around the net trying to stop this from getting out. But don't worry, don't worry. I downloaded it already. I downloaded it because they ain't gonna cut us off. They ain't gonna cut us off. Let's continue.
think has been the greatest motivator and asset for me with you is your absolute refusal to accept anything from me other than the best that I could possibly be.
Right, and vice versa.
Yeah, I remember me and Mommy talked for hours in the morning. There's something about that first thing in the morning that we literally can talk for 2.5, 3 hours.
But y'all can do that at any time in the day. Let me just tell you, because that was one of the things that I admired so much about your relationship, and I recognized that I didn't have it in mind. It's so important.
There was
You know what I wanted to say real quick? in between the videos, people were commenting on the last video, because remember, they got married because the mother forced this wedding on them. She went to Will crying. Remember, Jada was pregnant. Watch the last video, right? And somebody commented, this person wins the internet for me. They commented that Gammy was crying tears of joy. They said Gammy was crying tears of joy because she was so happy that Jada got a good one, that she was like, girl, you better tie it down quick. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, especially after she saw who her daughter was in love with, some man with Thug Life tattooed across his belly, getting into shootouts in Las Vegas. The man had just died months before she got pregnant. So yes, absolutely. I know Gammy was like, look, girl, but Jada, she said she wasn't that type of woman. She wasn't the marrying type. Watch the last video. And I want you to hear, because we're going to talk about in this video how she cussed him out and how Will responded to that. So let's see.
It was a moment that launched our communication. Before we got married, we were having the party at the house. Remember that? We were playing Pictionary, 20 people around the table.
Yes.
And Trey is sitting on my lap. He's like he's like, T might be just about 2. In some order, she cursed at me in front of 20 people at this party. She's like, Will, would you shut the up?
Ooh.
With Trey sitting on my lap.
Ooh, I really don't understand the drama of it all. Ooh, you know what? But people love it. People love it. They love her commentary.
Remember that.
Right? And I grabbed a newspaper and I said, bah! Can I talk to you in the other room, please?
And I was like,
Right.
did this joker just hit me on my head with a newspaper? Like I'm a dog?
We went in the other room and I said, Jada, this is the deal. I grew up in a household where I watched my father punch my mother in the face.
Damn.
And I will not create a house, a space, an interaction with a person where there's profanity and violence. If you have to talk to me like that, we can't be together.
Wow.
We're not going to use any profanity
Right.
in our interactions. We're not going to raise our voice. We're not going to be violent. I can't do it.
Yeah.
She was like, well, you're not going to be hitting me in my head.
Listen.
I said, get out. Right?
Dang.
And she was looking, that was the dumbest crap she had ever heard in her.
Yeah.
She was like, wait, so you would break up with me over some words? I was like, yeah,
Yeah, you know what? I want you all to really pay attention. What is it that we're hearing, right? We're hearing that Will Smith grew up in an abusive household where he witnessed abuse but made the choice for something different in his relationship. I believe Jada also grew up in a household with abuse, and so this was her normal go-to. In the video that we do tomorrow about her torrid platonic affair with Tupac, she and he also had dysfunction and I believe verbal violence in their relationship. So this is what this is how Jada liked to get down. And Will Smith chose something different. I want you to hear what else he has to say.
Did. I was like, we're not cursing.
Damn.
And her eyes welled up with tears. And she was like, okay, it was 20 years before we used profanity in any conversation that we had.
Wow.
So I want you to hear that. Mr. Keep My Wife's Name Out Your Mother Effing Mouth. It had been 20 years since they had used any type of profanity. They were married in they were married in 1997, I believe. So we're talking about maybe, oh gosh, what's 20 years? 2007?
We didn't use any profanity
Yep.
in any
We never
argument.
raised our
We never raised our
voice.
voices. We took communication courses,
Yeah.
all of that.
That's beautiful.
And we never had violence.
You never raised your voice?
We didn't raise our voices.
No. We couldn't afford to. We just couldn't
Listen.
because
It
could get ugly.
ugly. We wouldn't have been able to nurture.
So I want you to hear that. This is the type of stuff that I want you to pay attention to. They could not afford to raise their voices because it could get ugly. Remember, you're talking about two people who have been programmed, raised in a household of violence. And so Will Smith probably has anger management issues. He said that they took communication courses and all of that other stuff, but you have to imagine that a guy who is programmed from childhood to the violence, that he probably has a bad temper, and that's part of the reason that they could not have profanity, right? So let's jump to a little bit further in the video because there's a lot that I want you to hear and listen to. So let's jump here. Let's see.
Apologize 1,000
1,000
times. You never get it back. We were not the ones.
We would have
These kids
killed
could have
each
heard
other.
all.
Yes, here we go. So listen.
It's real easy to repeat it, you know?
And to just go to that.
I'm telling you,
Listen.
me and Will were not the ones.
We were not the ones.
We would have
These kids
killed
could have
each
heard
other.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it would have gone bad.
Yeah.
And we both instinctually
We
knew
knew that it could.
Do you hear that? We would have killed each other. We both instinctually knew. I guess that newspaper bop on the head was what she needed to get her loins moistened, to know that she had a man that was not a pushover. Every lady knows that when there's a guy that you don't really respect, that you test the boundaries of how far and how much you can get away with in that relationship. How much does he love himself? How much does he put his foot down? Is he the type of guy that'll stand up to you, depending on the type of woman that you are and what it is that you're looking for? You know, so she was probably one of those type of women that was like, I need a man who can handle me. And maybe Mr. Thug Life could handle her in a way that no one else could, either mentally, spiritually, physically, even though they never got down with the get down. I don't know, child, but let's see.
Go wrong. I pre-planned the things that I would say when I was in that place.
Exactly.
So I had stock things I would say.
Exactly. What is Willow talking about? Willow, you weren't there. God, this is just. All right. So let's jump forward a little bit more. I want you to hear what they say is their primary goal above all else. Above all else. Here we go.
We were always
That was
building.
our number one
That was
priority.
our number one priority. We
family.
were family.
That until this day,
Yep.
no matter what, family.
Yes.
No matter what. So everything.
So they're talking. They will not get a divorce ever, right? So death do you part are vows that they took very seriously. They put family first and what's in the best interest of the family unit, not them individually. So Listen to this next part about, let's see. Candy is saying, my makeup is extremely ugly. Sorry, baby, put your picture up. Give us your Instagram and let's go see how your face is looking with or without makeup, because we don't see a thumbnail for you, which is pretty telling. All right, let's continue forward.
Anything else that might have gone awry or crazy?
We had cross intentions sometimes that made us collide, right? That was one of the major difficulties that we had, because externally everything was beautiful.
Listen.
As a couple, we are magical. We win in the material world. When we do it together, we win, right? The Karate Kid, Whip My Hair, Hawthorne, and the Nobel Peace Prize, our family did that within a 6-month period, right?
That's great.
You see how it is when a woman got the whip cracked to a man's back? He will move heaven and earth to impress her. This is why if you're getting lukewarm, mediocre treatment from a man, just pack it up. You really have to find a man who is so riveted by your beauty, by your aura, by your essence, that he as a man is motivated to heights above what he was motivated to before your beauty came and cracked the whip on his damn back. It's unfortunate that that's the way that it is. It's unfortunate, but for some reason, men seem to be very sensitive to, how do I put this? Men seem to really need women to be able to help them get to the next level. This is why when you hear about men and women getting divorced and she takes half, she deserves half. She really does. She deserves half, because 75% of the money that he was even able to make was because of her. So take your half. Just be glad that it's not 80%. Because if we're telling the truth, look, every woman knows this. Every woman knows. You sit up there and you talk to your man and you come up with ideas for how you need to, the stallion that you bet on, how he needs to run in the race. You all know that. You know. Who don't know. But listen, somebody made a good point. It's material. Yes. Willow is very mature. You can see that in her music. She's still making music. The only thing I knew about was Whip Her Hair. And that was many years ago. I didn't know she was making music again. But listen, mature, I
didn't know that.
I was like, I'm parenting the hell out these kids. Like, we are killing it. She on Hawthorne. The only interview that Barack Obama did when he won the Nobel Peace Prize was me and Mommy.
Wow.
Right? Externally, our family was winning, right? And there was a period where Mommy woke up and cried 45 days straight. I started keeping a diary.
Damn.
You missed some days.
I just want you to pay attention to that. 45 days straight, she was crying, and he pulled out a journal and was writing down and counting the amount of days. Son, go get the woman some help. What you doing? If your partner is waking up and crying for every day, waking up in a life that she has to, that is so nightmarish that she wakes from slumber and cries. Go get her some help. And yeah, he's calling her mommy because that's the type of relationship that they have, where she is a mother. You know, I just want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention, because he relates to her as mother of his kids, and I don't know what else is going on. Listen.
It was every morning. I think that's the worst I've ever felt in our marriage.
Wow.
I was failing miserably. But on the outside, I was winning. Like, built a house and called the house her lake, right? And during that time I remember saying, like, I built this house for you. I called it her lake. And she said, you built this house for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you talking about, Jada? But it was devastating for me to accept that I built the house for me.
Yep. Yeah.
Somebody saying Miss Dara says she could mourn forever if that's what she wants to do. She's a married woman now and a mother of 2. It is time. If you find yourself mourning for 30 years, how long ago was 1996? Was this 30 years ago? Come on, get help. You don't need, no, get help. You cannot keep your life on hold thinking about another man while you're laying up with your husband. No, let's continue.
Because in my mind, I was
Yeah.
saying I was building it for her, but I wasn't.
Yep. Yeah.
I wanted this house. I
Exactly.
called it Her Lake as an ego cover,
Yeah.
right? And Jada was calling me on that,
Yep.
right? What I realized is I was building a picture.
Yep.
Yes.
I grew up in a household where I was scared and watched my father beat my mother up, right? So I was gonna build the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Wonderland.
I
Everybody's
don't
gonna be happy.
understand. Why does Willow do this? She mouths what people are saying as if, and then she says the words. I don't know. I just like look. Just look.
Right? So I was gonna build the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
yeah.
Wonderland. Everybody's gonna be happy all the time. Come on, Willow, let's play.
Yeah.
Right?
Even though I was saying no all the way.
Yeah.
Will, the house is too big. Will,
too
not
big,
this.
right?
No, Will, and he had a picture.
I had a picture, and I had a public perception
had the public
that I wanted
perception that
to
he
project of
executed.
our relationship, of the family, and what my kids are, and what my wife is, and what we are in the world.
Did you ever feel like Jada was ungrateful?
Hell yeah.
Look at everything that I've done for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was another
You
thing.
ungrateful.
But
Yeah.
that was the other thing, because there were times I felt ungrateful. Because I was like, look at your life.
Yes.
How could you be so unhappy? I used to think I was crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually how I felt when I first got wind of your discontent. It wasn't
Yeah.
that I thought that you were ungrateful. I just didn't understand, like,
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
what could possibly be wrong?
But that's why I couldn't
You
talk to
have Will.
anybody. Right. And that's what everybody thought.
But Jada's an actress, but she had 2 babies,
Listen.
and she had to be home to raise her baby.
I want you to hear this part, because this part I think is integral for you to understand the type of person that Will is behind the scenes. She had these children and he went off and was working, and he says that the birth of his children did not cause him to skip a beat. He didn't have no paternity leave and all of that. The burden was placed on her, a woman who cried all night when she found out that she was pregnant the first time. Just hear this.
While I got to do everything I wanted to do. She
But-
was sacrificing herself to fit my picture.
Right.
Yeah.
But my life
Didn't
wasn't
really
really
change.
disrupted in the least, right? And I think that was if there were an individual most poisonous aspect of our relationship in the past, is I felt that money and winning made a good relationship.
Yep.
So I want
We're
you to pay
succeeding
attention.
in the world.
I want you to pay attention to what it is that he's saying, because Jada did not want to get married, right? Then she never wanted to be married. She ended up in this marriage with the first child, and then the second child came 2 years later, and she's in Hollywood. She moved, she's away from the farm that she wanted. Watch the first video to get more context, right? Now she's left with the kids, living this single mom life while her husband is living his dreams, and she's not even able to live in the type of house that she wants to live in. And he had this picture and this idea that he was supplanting onto her, and she just wasn't happy. She wasn't happy at all.
That means our relationship is good.
And I would say to him, I would go, Will, throw away everything that's happening in the outside world, your career, everything. And it's just me and you on an island.
Damn.
What do we have?
And I was like, we have the island. We own the island.
You know what I mean?
And it was like, I so didn't comprehend that. So me and you on an island, what do we have? Not only did I not understand, I didn't care.
Right.
I was unaware of what it meant.
I want you to look at Jada's face when he talks about how he didn't care, right? Look at her face.
Understand, I didn't care.
Look at her face. It looks like she feels relieved, like I'm being acknowledged. My feelings are being acknowledged. She looks like a weight is coming off of her. She's like, yeah, you got it now. You got it. And yeah, this is a lot.
Right.
I was unaware of what it meant to truly connect with somebody.
I'd been trying to live up to an expectation for Will.
Yeah.
You
And
know-
you were trapped in a life that you didn't build,
That I didn't
you
build.
didn't want.
And then I
Okay, hear this. I'm going to play that again, right? She was trapped in a life that she didn't build, that she did not want. That wasn't the life that she wanted. She wanted it. She had an idea of a different type of life that she wanted. And she was in Baltimore. She had her farm, and she was out of Hollywood. She was there with her thuggeroni. I guess Tupac was somewhere nearby. I don't know. But she didn't want that life. She didn't want it.
trying to live up to an expectation for Will.
Yeah.
You
And
know-
you were trapped in a life that you didn't build,
That I didn't
you
build.
didn't want.
And that I didn't want, but that I had to come to the understanding that I allowed myself to have. You accepted all of that because of your fear.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the truth.
Fear of...
Just fear of not wanting to rock the boat. I had kids,
Yeah.
you know, and just wanting to, you know, because he's a force to be reckoned with. There's just a lot of stuff you let slide and go past that angers you, and you
Right.
get resentment,
Yeah, absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know, but you
Are you all hearing this? The resentment, the feeling like she got to get back at him. You hear it, right? Listen, just hear.
don't change it because you're scared.
scared, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's about fear.
And that was around the time when Willow went, oh, I was so mad at you this day. When you put your
Okay. And so hear this part. This part is another important part, and then it's going to be ending soon, right?
hand on my face.
Oh, yeah.
And Willow, me and Jada are going through it. And Willow was like, oh, Daddy, it's so sad. And she's putting her hand on my face. She was like 9. And Jada was in the kitchen. And she's like, Mommy, isn't it sad? And Jada said, what? He said, Daddy has a picture of a family in his mind, and it's not us.
So you hear that? No. Even Willow had an idea that Will was attempting to superimpose some image of a family that he thought he was going to have, where the kids were and his parenting and his marriage were all perfect and gleaming under the sun. You know, if there's one thing that I'll tell you about life, life will take you on a journey that will make you have to make changes. I mean, he got the girl of his dreams, the girl that he wanted, but it still took learning what she wanted, how to navigate through that relationship with her, how to figure out her needs, her wants, instead of him with this cut and paste life that he was putting onto them. So goodness knows, remember we showed you in the last video the article where Will stated that they have an open marriage, and basically Jada has never believed in a traditional marriage. So make what of that as you please.
It was such deep. No. The thing is, it was such deep truth, but I was just seeing the obvious.
I was like, out of the mouth of babes.
Out of the mouth of
Out of the mouth
babes.
of
Mommy,
babes.
isn't it sad?
Yeah.
And I think for me, the turning point in our relationship for me happened when I turned 40. I
That 40th birthday
yeah,
was
I just
yeah.
couldn't. I was
You were
just
just
like,
fed up.
I was like, I can't do this like this anymore. Next
All right. So
time at
let's
the
see
red
what-
table,
We broke up.
Will and I really break it down
I was devastated, even worse than a divorce.
and get ready
So-
for the next few weeks.
Support Red Table Talk if you so choose. Their show is on the Facebook page, so you just type Red Table Talk for those of you who have never seen it. But yeah, so I want you to take into account all that we've heard here. Will Smith checked himself into rehab to work on his anger management issues. He's been under duress. He's having mental health issues. He checked himself into a behavioral rehab place just so he can get away, get off the grid, and just work on himself. Goodness knows what's going on with him behind the scenes. We don't know. We don't know what is happening to any person. But what are the self-love lessons that we can take away from this for us? Let me just, oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. We just got a super apple that has come in from Steve. So Steve sends $100. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all supporting the show. Thank you for sending the super apple through. For those of you who want to send cash apples through, the link is in the description. It really does help, supporting the content creators who make the content that you like and love, especially people who do reactions, because for a lot of the reactions that we do, the videos can't be monetized because they're other people's content, especially when places like Red Table Talk fight bloggers like me on the content. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So you didn't leave a note with your apple, Steve. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back. We've missed you. We've missed you. So I want you all to take notice of the topic at hand. Will, his mental duress, the things that he's been going through internally, and I want you all to pay attention to this one thing right here. The amount of years that Will Smith spent playing the super nice guy, the father of the year, all of this stuff, not having profanity in his own relationship, to not only walking up onto the stage and striking somebody, but sitting down in the audience and hollering out profanity on national TV, and people now wanting to cancel him. And this just goes to show, somebody put up a post earlier that talked about the nice Negro and why playing the nice Negro just doesn't work, because in a moment's notice, the moment that they feel like canceling you, it doesn't matter what you've done for 30 years. It's just all down the drain. They give themselves the allowances of being able to claim mental health issues. I mean, Britney Spears was driving with a baby on her lap with no seatbelt on the child, no car seat, none of that. And people were like, oh, mental health, et cetera, gunmen open fire. And they're like, oh, mental health. But we don't give ourselves the same allowances. Will is a grown man and he's responsible for his actions. However, I think that we have to look at the bigger picture. I don't think that it's anybody's fault. Will made a choice, and that choice could have been because of mental health issues going on. We don't know. But I'm willing to give him the grace. I'm willing to give him the grace on that. So listen. Remember, Will cultivated a relationship that didn't even have profanity in it. I don't know what else to say. Besides, even his mother came out and said that his behavior was uncharacteristic. So I don't know. I don't know. I'll say this. Go ahead and listen. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is what? What is the self-love lesson that is the takeaway from part 1 and part 2? But if you want to focus specifically on part 2, go ahead. Let me hear. What is the self-love lesson that is your takeaway from this whole expose of their relationship? The way that Jada has started out the relationship acting like she wanted to be for the streets. And all of the other stuff, I want to see your point of view on it. Let's see. Olivia saying Will married the wrong woman. I see a lot of black women saying that because deep inside their hearts, they want him to choose a woman like her. They want Will because they think Will is handsome and he got money, and they're like, oh, I would treat you so this and that, but he don't want you. He want exactly the little thug princess that he got, or the wannabe thug princess. Listen. Oh, you all can't hear with the music? All right, there you go. Self-love lesson. Find a man that loves me more than I love him. Oh, we were supposed to do our survey. Don't worry, we'll do our survey. Truly listen to your mate. Design your relationship outside of what society. Jada and Will both need to love themselves. Fake images fade. We don't know what Jada and Will need to do. Let's not talk about them. We're talking about self-love lessons for you, not anybody else. Get your lessons. Let's hear. Take account all red flags and make the right decision. Never change yourself for someone. Don't marry for the dream, marry for the adventure. Follow your instinct. Black lives don't matter to Will. Why are y'all talking about their marriage? Let's see. I know because I'm the nice girl and I keep it in, but when I let it out, watch out. Oh my goodness. Somebody's saying Will is handsome, isn't he? You know, I made a comment in my other video because apparently there's people out here who think that Tupac is handsome, and I did not know that because I don't see anything attractive about Tupac. He just, but I see Will Smith and I see a lot of attractive things about him, so that makes me wonder. Because it seems like the type of women who think Tupac is attractive don't think Will is attractive and vice versa. So that makes me wonder about Jada. Get to know someone before marrying him or her. Crack the whip. Create honest boundaries with your partner. Yeah, never married due to pregnancy. Live life for me. But she was young and her mother was pressuring her too. You know, what was she supposed to do? Because those are the types of things that we do when we're young. You know, we don't listen to our instincts. Fix what's broken before joining marriage with someone. All right, be honest with yourself. Honor your truth. Stop making a triangle fit into a circle. Tupac and Will are attractive in different ways. They're both attractive. Hey, look, okay. I ain't saying nothing. I saw Juice back in the days, and I was team Omar Epps. I thought Omar Epps was handsome back in the days. He's metamorphosized into a whole different... Articulate your true desire clearly without fear. Make sure the choice makes you happy before you choose it. Tiffany is saying Will Smith is not handsome to me. Do you think Tupac is handsome? I'm trying to see something. Self-love is reflective. Self-love is the medicine. Tupac was so fine. I don't know what to say. Tupac has more wordplay. If it's broke, don't try to fix it. It's okay to walk away. But you know what? When we're talking about marriage is supposed to be till death do you part. And they are serious about keeping their marriage together. I do believe that Jada loves Will. But I do believe that Jada has some things she has to work on. You know? Sunday is saying Omar was fine. I don't know what happened. Ladies, Will is G. Don't let anyone else make up your mind for you. Jada and Tupac mothers. It went by too fast. Make him work for it. Never marry someone who's crying tears of sorrow while walking down the aisle to marry you. Child, listen. Love yourself before wanting to make someone else happy. This is our last minute and a half of responses, so get your response in. Omar looks like Sugar Lips. I don't know who that is. I don't see it with Tupac either. He looks short. I don't think he was tall. Death isn't always the form of a funeral. That's deep. That's deep. Loving and being in love is different. That Tupac was a bad boy. Why are people comparing a dead man to a man that's alive? Ridiculous. Yeah, he did die young. Jada married Will for her mother. Open marriage. What do you mean by that? Okay. Oh, Omar looks a mess. Listen, I don't know what's happened to him. He was young and fine. He was even fine. In 2007, he was on his way. He was on, make him work and earn to keep you every day. Lorenz Tate was fine back in the days too. Like during Love Jones, Lorenz Tate was fine. I don't know listen, Leonardo DiCaprio was fine too, but I don't know what happened to him either. It's like some men metamorphosize. Let your Grammy marry him. Find someone you can truly grow with. But the thing is, you never know who you can grow with and grow in what ways. Sometimes people grow in different ways. Listen, I appreciate you all. Tupac was 5'8". Yeah, I guess. So to many of you, he was short. I'm a shorty myself, so I don't get caught up in that whole height thing like some of you throwing away good men because they're 5'10". I'm like, more for me, please. I'll take that 5'10" any day. But I don't need anybody 6 feet. I'm only 5'5" myself. 5'10" is plenty. That's enough to wrap his arm all the way around me, like my big hand. I don't know what happened to these dudes. Anyway, let me go ahead and give the self-love. Oh, you know what? Let's do the survey. Let us do the survey. All right. Okay. Let's do the survey. Okay. Put up the number 1 if you think that relationships work better when the man has to constantly earn your love and earn your favor. And put up the number 2 if you think that relationships work better when women constantly have to try to earn the man's love and favor. So let's take a look and see what the survey says. Come on, let's see. Come on. Let's see. You think Lorenz Tate is still fine? I don't know. If he's 5'6", that's a little too short. But if he's a dope person, hey. All right, so I'm seeing all ones. I don't even see any men voting too. Let's see. Mo has to put up a 0. So the men are putting up 0, please. Oh, we got an apple that just came in. Come on, let's do the survey. Come on. KK just got here. You need to be a part of the text notification squad. You need to get here on time. It's never going to be both ways. It's never going to be both ways. Stop with that fake fantasy. Come on, it's one or the other. Don't waste the space with your fake answers for the survey. So Sharice is 5'1", so 5'8" is tall to her. See, that's what I'm saying. There'll be shorty little girls out here talking about they need a 6'1" man. For what? Is Lorenz Tate still fine? I'm gonna have to look him up. Let me look up Lorenz Tate today. Let me see. Lorenz Tate. Let's see. Let's see. This is Lorenz Tate. Is this him today? Yeah, okay. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. Let me see Lorenz Tate from Love Jones. Let's see. Let's see from Love Jones, because I remember back in this day. Oh, he still looks pretty much the same. You know who I used to think was fine? That Blair Underwood. Let me tell you, when Set It Off came out, I was in the throes of love for this man, but I don't know what happened to some of these people. This is what I'm saying. Eat your vegetables, do your colon cleanses. Eat your vegetables, do your colon cleanses, and continue to just take care of yourself because, all right, we have an apple that has come in. Let me grab this real quick. I don't know why this is all the way up there. This should be there. All right. So Cookie Confidant sends $5 and says, girl, did you say thug prince yes? You so silly. Yes, I did. You know, Jada, she got some sort of complex going on. Blair used to be fine, but the times have changed, and he didn't change with them, not in a good way. So nonetheless, listen, go out there and love one another. We're gonna say goodbye to everybody. I will see you all in the next video. Make sure you remember that these self-love lessons are for us to reflect on each other. Hey, 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 hey. Still handsome. I will see you. Go ahead and throw in your boxing gloves. Michelle Ely. I don't know about that. I'm not into the white type of guys. Like, once you don't have melanin, you gotta have some melanin for me. So I have been opening, listen, I like different shades of melanin. Once you start getting too many recessive genes, that's too much for me. But look, Blair Underwood looked a mess. He does not look good anymore. But I don't want to talk about people. Hey, 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 hey. I don't think it's not just age. People be doing stuff, too much sodium. Somebody said Jermaine Dupri is fine. Don't make me block you. Don't make me block you. Don't make me block you. Wesley Snipes was looking okay in Blade, but I don't know. Tate is suspect? Oh my, I don't know what you mean by that. I know, this person, they're doing too much. Doing too much. All right, listen. I will see you all in the next video. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself, I didn't give the self-love lessons to the video. Part of loving yourself in this instance for me, you all said a lot of it, but I'll say this, right? Part of loving yourself for me, the love lesson that I get from this video is, I understand that people like to date folks that are a little bit out of their reach, but you have to have really serious conversations with people and find out whether or not these people could ever really truly love you. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you know that you're not somebody's typical type or whatnot, or they're acting a little funny, have the conversation with them, because you know that there are some people out there that no matter what it is that they do, you can never love them. You know that. There's some people out there, no matter what it is that they do, no matter how much money they got, no matter how early they wake up in the morning, and whatever it is that they do, you could never really love them. And so I think that we have to be honest with ourselves, and I think we have to have tough conversations with our partners. That's one of the things. So I would say, I understand that men like to have women that are out of their reach so they can try to reach for them, but I would say, really, a woman who is interested will show up for you as well. She will show up for you, but men have to be able to be receptive to that. I understand that men have this whole thing about being hunters and all of that, but from what it is that I find, men typically hunt based on looks alone, but women, have a more rigorous category for who it is that they want to have as their lifetime partner. So I think that men would fare better by, and that's FARE, they would fare better by allowing themselves to be open to the women who are really coming forward for them, because those relationships have a better chance. Like if she's showing up for you and you can show up for her and there's some mutuality about it. One of the things that we're seeing in this situation is that it seems very one-sided. Like you can even see the way that Jada looks at him, that you can, like, something is off. But this is the type of woman that he chose. You know, there's so many of us. Let me just sit down and say this real quick, right?